Okay, so we're still on our lesson. This time is the partitive proportion. The third types of proportion. And we're still on second week of our lesson. And then when we say partitive proportion, it is a whole divided into parts that is proportional to the given ratio. Again, a whole is divided into parts that is proportional to the given ratio. Example, so the sum of two numbers is 215. If the ratio is 2 is to 3, find the larger number. Of course, we have to assign variables or the letters. So let's assign the x and the y. So they are the first and the second numbers. Or the x is the smaller number and y is the bigger number. Okay, so we have the x and the y. The sum of the x and y is 215. And the ratio is 2 is to 3, which is equals to 5. Okay, so let's cross multiply. And the first ratio is equals to x is to 215 as 2 is to 5. By cross multiplying, so that is equals to 5x is equals to 2 times 215. And 200 times 2 is equals to 430. And then divide 430 by 5. So the result is equals to 86. Again, our first number or the smaller number is 86. Okay, next. For the second, we have the x and y is equals to 215, and then 2 is to 3 is equals to 5. And cross multiply, so that will become 5y is equals to 3 times 215, and 215 times 3 is equals to 645, and then divide 645 by 5. The result is equals to 129. So therefore, the second number or the larger number is equals to 129. And to check, that is equals to x plus y is equals to 215, and x is equals to 86, and then y is equals to 129. And then if we're going to get the sum is equals to 215. Again, 215 is equals to 215. So that is in partitive proportion. Now, another example is, let's say, 3 boys sold garlands in the ratio of 2 is to 3 is to 4 together. They sold 225 garlands. How many garlands did each boy sell? Okay, now, so since it is divided into proportion, the whole, so that is, so the ratio of the 3 boys is 2 is to 3 is to 4, and the sum of 2 is to 3 is to 4 is equals to 9. And then let's name the 3 boys as James, Peter, and Simon, or the JPNS. So that is equals to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is 9 as JPNS as 225. And then our first ratio is 2 is to 9, and then cross multiply. So that will become 9 times J is equals to 9J is equals to 2 times 225. And the rest product of 225 and 2 is 450, and then divide 450 by 9, and then J is equals to 50. Then Jane sold 50 garlands. Okay, next, let's say rewrite again the ratio of 2 is to 3 is to 4 as equals to 9, and the James, Peter, and Simon is equals to 225 25 garlands, and then cross multiply. So you have 9p is equals to 3 times 225, and the product of 225 and 3 is equals to 675. Then divide by 9. So the result will become 75. Then Peter sold 75 garlands. Okay, next. You have 2 is to 3 is to 4 is equals to 9, and J is to P S to S is equals to 225. And then cross multiply it again, so that will become 9S is equals to 4 times 225. And the product of 225 and 4 is equals to 900. Divide 900 by 9. So therefore, James, that is 900, not 9,005. So therefore, James sold 100. Again, James sold 105. This is 9,000, this is not 9,000, but this is 900. Again, divide 900 by 9. So the result is equals to 100. Then if you want to check, so that is equals to JPS is equals to 225. So you have 50 plus 75 plus 100 is equals to 225, and 225 is equals to 225. Again, James sold 50 garlands, Peter 75, and Simon 100. The total of 225. Okay, so this time let us use the triangle. Let's try to find the angle of the triangle. If the total measurement is 360, find the measurement of each angle. So again, you have the partition, make the ratio. You have the 3 is to 4 is to 5, and the sum of the ratio is equals to 12. And then let's name the angle as A, B, and C. And then the sum is 360, and then cross multiply. So that will become 3 is to 12 as A is to 360. Yan. Then cross multiply. So 12A is equals to 360 times 3 is equals to 1080. Divide 1080 by 12. So the result is equals to 90 degrees. So therefore, the first angle of the triangle is 90 degrees. Okay, next, let's try to find the angle of B and then the C. Copy the ratio in the partition. So then you have 4 over 12 is the first. Second ratio equals B is equals to 360, and then cross multiply. 12B is equals to 4 times 360, and 360 times 4 is equals to 1,440. And then divide 12 by 12 and 1440 by 12. So that is equals to B is equals to 120 degrees. Now, for the C, C is equals to 5 over 12 is equals to C is equals to 360. Okay, so you have 12C is equals to 5 times 360, and then 360 times 5 is equals to 1,800. Then divide 1,800 by 12. So that is equals to A 1,800 divided by 12. So cancel 12 and 12. The result is equals to on 150 degrees. So again, if you're going to get the sum of the three sides of the triangle, you have 90 plus 120 is 210 plus 150 is 360. So the measure of the angles of triangle is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, for our last example, let's say you are poor in the family. You have your LOL, and then you're going to give them gift. Let's say the amount of the gift is 1,000. So it's up to you to divide. Let's say this one. Okay, so the poor children decided to give their grandmother gift for her 70th birthday. So they decided to divide the expenses in the ratio of 2:3:4:6 to 5, sorry. How much will each one pay if the cost of the gift is 14,000? So meaning 5 children will divide 14,000 proportionately. Okay, so let's make a table, and then let's name the poor children as, let's name this as W, X, Y, and Z. It's up to you to name who is W, the X, the Y, and the C. Okay, so you have 2:3:4:5, and then the sum of the four numbers equals to 14. And then Wilhelmina, Shelito, Ines, and Senaida, the amount that they're going to divide among themselves is 14,000. Okay, so the first ratio is 2:14, and then the second one is W is to 14,000, and then cross multiply. So you have 14W is equals to 2 times 14,000, and then you have 14W is equals to 28,000. Okay, now if you're going to divide 28,000 by 14, that will become, okay, you divide 28 by 14, so that is 2, and then add 3 ciphers, so therefore, okay, so I divide that orally, but this time let me show it again. So you have 14 divided by 14, then the result is equivalent to 2,000. Okay, so Wilhelmina's part is equals to 2,000. Next, we have 3:14 as Z is to 14,000, cross multiply again for Cielito. Then we have 14 X is equals to 3 times 14,000, and the product of 3 and 14,000 is equals to 42,000, and then divide that by 14, and then 42 is equals to 3,000 again. So that is Shelito's share, that is 3,000. Okay, so next we have to solve for Ines and Senaida's share. Okay, for Ines first, of course, you have to write the ratio 4:14 as Y is to 14,000, cross multiply. So you have 14Y is equals to 4 times 14, and 14 times 4 is equals to 56,000. Then divide by 14 all terms, so cancel 14 and 14, so you have Y is equals to 4,000. So that is the share of Ibes. And then for the last one, that is for Sinaida, so that is 5:14 as Z is to 14,000, then cross multiply, so that will become 14 Z is equals to 5 times 14,000, and 5 times 14 is equals to 70,000, and then divide 70,000 by 14, and then 14 and 14, so therefore Z is equals to 5,000. Okay, now to check. So you have the W plus X plus Y plus Z is equals to 14,000. So substitute the value of W, which is 2,000, and then for the X is 3,000, so that is already 5,000. plus the 4,000 is 9,000 plus the 5,000 is equals to 14,000. So therefore, 14,000 is equals to 14,000. Again, the gift is proportionately divided among the 4 children. Okay? So, that's it, and thanks for watching and listening the video. Okay, again, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's because any amount that will be raised from the YouTube